Program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
I promise you, gentlemen, we are not going to talk about sports here on the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Good morning, everyone listening. It is 9:01.
Hello, work family.
Sorry about that.
Good
Why
morning,
would you
guys.
make that promise, bro? We love sports. I mean, I'd love to talk about sports all day.
Because I am so furious that the Pistons didn't call a timeout with like almost 2 seconds on the clock. And what, they don't know the rules either? It's
So
like
you're
Jim
gonna-
Schwartz.
so you're
Your
gonna
first
pe-
mistake was watching basketball.
Right, so you're going to penalize everybody else and not talk about sports, but you're right. We do have a mortgage show to do, my man.
We are going to take your calls also. 248-539-9797. This is the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. A little bit of a different intro here. January 25th, 2014. 20-some degrees outside, some snow. Take it easy on the road. It's definitely a little slow drive out there. Harry, yeah, this winter is starting to beat me up a little bit. We were going to talk about that. Also, we might talk about what interest rates in the bond market and what's going on in the world of the stock market. However, there was just a glitch. In the last 2 days, of course, some interesting things have happened. 10-year yields were crushed, the previous boundaries. They're just headed in a weird direction. We'll see what happens next week with the big meeting. The FOMC is meeting to talk business on Wednesday. Of course, things are going to change again. So again, some of the changes in the last couple of days, really, I would tell you to sit on the sidelines and see how it all shakes out. Again, the stock market loses 300 points. Well, you don't go selling everything.
Yeah, but that, you know what? You have to take a look at what it did the entire year last year. So, you know, it has its ups, it has its downs, but long term, if you're in the market, you have to stay in the market long term. It's not a short term situation. But you brought up the weather, Harvey, and how does the weather relate to business? Okay, just look back at the week of January 6th. Okay, everybody's coming back from the holidays. Usually people go back to work. It's January 6th. It's a Monday, and then we get dumped on, okay? It really stopped business and stopped commerce, you know, in our area for that entire week. And then we had a couple good weeks, and then look what happens.
You definitely get a little lazy out there, Alex. I mean, there's snow every day in the cold.
People don't want to go look at houses.
You really didn't. The year didn't really start until I would say January 6th, somewhere through there. Was that and then there was
the next
that
week.
was the snow day.
Yeah.
That was when it was like negative 10.
Yeah, January 13th is really when it started.
Lose half of it. I mean, it's unfortunate because I think there are a lot of people that are looking to make a move right now, and I think they're recognizing the upside of the market. You know, the good news, though, is the people that are out looking at houses right now, they're serious buyers. And I'd like to think the people that are listing their houses right now, they're being realistic with what they can get for their house. I don't think anybody wants people tracking salt through their house if they're not serious and they're just kicking tires. But the weather does, it does play a factor in it, and you have to grind through it. But I think we're in a very good position right now. I think the inventory is down. It's obviously it's simple economics, it's supply and demand. The inventory on the houses, it is down, and the houses that are out there, I mean, they're good houses. And Stacey and I are still looking, and it's a battle every single day.
Mortgage rates still at all-time lows. Prices still here in Southeast Michigan, really pretty decent still when you look at it. Of course, the bidding war of last year with the lack of inventory is still going to be probably showing its ugly face come springtime. But we've talked about this, and we're going to talk more and more about those step-up buyers out there and the families that are going to be selling their houses. And those families are really starting to get organized. They're going to do some home improvements over the next couple months. They're going to get the houses listed in March and April. And we are standing by for what hopefully is going to be an unbelievable home buying season here in Southeast Michigan. If you're looking to sell your house, you might have that equity now where you can move up and move into the next house, something bigger and better for your family, maybe a different school district. There's lots of different reasons why you may want to consider that. Really, stop reading the headlines. The headlines are, they say one thing one day, the next day it's something else.
Well, the last 2 years, however, we did get a bump in our home purchase prices, and which means that when sellers sell, they're going to get a better price, but when you go to buy, you're going to pay a little bit more. But really, that's what it's all about. You want that equity to come back in your existing house. If you're going to stay in your house and improve your house, and you're going to be there for a while, you can take a look at taking cash out of the house, the equity that has now come back from the last 5 or 6 years, and go ahead and make your house a better place to live. Build that man's room, go ahead and build out the kitchen, redo the bathrooms, all those kind of things, and that adds value to the house. But that's a lifestyle move if you're going to be there for a long time. If you have that toxic debt, like we like to talk about, that revolving debt, credit card debt, and equity has now come back a little bit. Why carry that debt at 15, 18, 21% when you can carry it now at 4.5% on a 30-year fix? So it just depends, and those are some of the good issues that we have right now, the good situations that people are in right now.
Yeah, 248-539-9797. We'll take all your calls here this morning. Good morning. If you're out on the road, it's 9:06. Take it a little slow. We also take your emails if you're at home. Mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. And we have a full staff at Capital Mortgage all day long, all weekend long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. I know Billy and the whole staff is there definitely to help. You can discuss football, mortgages.
Coach Billy Slobin's in there, baby. Harrison football.
All right. There's always a lot to talk about on the football scene here locally in Detroit.
You and I were kind of yapping before the show started. In a friend loving way about just the process as a whole, and a lot of times I think some of the things that we have to provide, I think a lot of them do get monotonous, and I think that it is a little difficult sometimes. And you think it should be easier, and it really you don't want to go back into the same rut we were in before, where all of a sudden you have people walking from their house and breathe on this mirror, you can get a mortgage. Sure enough, here's the article: many buyers find the mortgage process unpleasant. Which, I mean, I think some of these surveys, quite frankly, I think a lot of them are BS.
What do you think? It's a vacation getting a mortgage? And when we going on vacation, we're going to stay at the Four Seasons or the Marriott? I mean, what are we doing?
It's not a vacation by any means. And it is. Listen, no one likes logging in and printing out your bank statements and doing your W-2s. This is what I do with my clients, and this is how I make it easy for all of them, is you email your CPA, you email your financial advisor, and you email your insurance guy. You put us all in the same email. You copy me and say, hey, guys, I copied Alex Nafusi at Capital Mortgage. Send him what he needs. Thanks, Harvey.
Done. You know what?
That's
that is really a great way to fly.
It's just not that hard.
No.
That's right.
I don't want to hear that it's not pleasant. And you make it not pleasant because you're being a pain in the ass. Sorry.
No. Oh, you can't say that. FCC. No, here's really.
You're being a pain just to get it doesn't matter. Just send it over.
But, Alex, here's the deal. You ready? And I always say this. As a lender, right? We're lending anywhere from sometimes 70%, 80%, up to 97% of the transaction. You're coming to us to borrow money. Are we not supposed to ask for all those things? That's the barrier to entry when you want to get a loan. You have to produce documentation that says you're qualified to get that loan. So I don't know when it ever became a picnic, a 4th of July, a Christmas, all wrapped into one. The mindset has to be, hey, look I'll give you everything you need to get me that loan. And that's why I believe we do it so well, because we'll get their CPA, bookkeeper, accountant, financial planner, insurance guys involved in the transaction to get us what we need.
I think it's funny when you break it down into think of the money, think of it from an actual physical bag of money. Think of where can you get $300,000 in a duffel bag with a 3.5% investment?
That sounds like a great deal.
Why is it when you break it down?
No, bro, those guys want more than 3.5%.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Those guys want more than 3.5%.
Tony Soprano was more than 3.5%. That's great. But, simply, and they're like, well, what do you know where this deposit came from? Dude, I don't care where it came from, okay? But FHA wants to know. HUD wants to know. Fannie Mae wants to know. Listen, I want a closure loan to move on my life. That's it, right, man. But when you break it down like that, I can't believe some of the things. And I'm only bringing it up because this article come up, and you and I were laughing before the show about it. Some of the people you're getting mad at me or Harvey or Harry because we're asking where this $5,000 cash deposit came from. We're giving you $300,000.
We're hearing this across the United States now as we do we have a lot of groups and people across the United States that give us information. We see where the mortgage industry is going. Generally, look, it's 90% of it out there is really easy to get a mortgage. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage if you want to make it easy. 10% of you out there are doing some funky things with your money. So maybe you need to get into the mortgage bank right away. Sit down with us so we can organize you. Again, some families have money moving from one bank account to the other, and that's the documentation that needs to be seen. Some people still don't use direct deposit, so they take the money to the bank, they deposit it. It doesn't match their paycheck because they might have taken an extra $50 or a couple $100 out of it, and that's where everyone wanted to focus in, and that's the way they got rid of all the fraud, by sort of documenting these little things out there. Again, it sounds like it's not a real big hassle. It could be if you're not organized. So that's the key, is get organized on your mortgage. We're going to talk a little bit about that later, too.
Yeah, 90% of the transactions that have issues all are as a result of trying to verify assets and funds for the transaction. So, if you're the kind of person that is depositing money and taking money out through an ATM, You have to keep your records. Yeah, we do need bank statements. The however is, if you do your banking online, there are certain identifiers, URL numbers, and things that we need on those online transactions. So when your mortgage person asks you for all of these things, the sole purpose is to track the funds, where they're coming from, where they're going to, if they're payroll funds, if they're gift funds, whatever the source of the funds is, we have to track where they came from.
248-539-9797. We always talk mortgages here. 1 hour up till 10 o'clock. The Hardcore Mortgage Show, again, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Of course, we always discuss mortgage rates and all that. We'll be talking about the FOMC meeting on Wednesday and how that might affect things. Come on back and join us.
No one markets your home more aggressively than me and my team. We spend more money on marketing your home in a single month than most agents spend all year, and that gets results. This is Realtor Jeff Glover. Want to see your home listed on the first page of Google, Zillow, Yahoo, or see your home for sale on a billboard? Those are just a few of the things we can do for you. But don't just take it from me.
Hi, this is Don Erickson. Jeff Glover got my house in Novi sold within 3 weeks of it going on the market. We had over 50 showings and closed at our asking price. Everything happened exactly how he said it would. I'd recommend Jeff to anyone looking to sell their house in today's market.
Homeowners who sell their homes with Jeff get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their homes in an average of 23 days. Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi, Shelby Township, Brighton, Birmingham, Clarkston, or Ann Arbor, Jeff Glover will get it sold. Call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A household name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services, NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
It's Macy's one-day sale Saturday with amazing deals of the day store-wide. Get an extra 50% off fashion clearance for a total savings of 75 to 85%. All fine jewelry 30 to 50% plus an extra 25% off. Blenders and food processors 40% off. Pillows from Charter Club, Hotel Collection, and more 60% off. And clearance dress shirts and ties 70% off. Get amazing deals of the day at Macy's one-day sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley's the place to be for everything sports. Catch the Wolverines Sparty basketball game on Saturday with 20-ounce Bud Light and Miller Lights for only $2.50. Great specials all day, every day. 24 Seconds in Berkeley. 24secondsbar.com.
Helmet-to-helmet contact. Legal here. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Again, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, the best mortgage banker. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. Rates are rising. Yeah, okay, eventually they're going to rise a little bit. It's not enough to slow down a great 2014 purchase season. We are totally on standby here at Capital Mortgage, waiting for all you first-time home buyers. We're starting to even get those calls. A lot of you families have to straighten out your credit, but now is a very unique time. We're looking very optimistic about the next 12 months.
Well, purchase business is strong. There's no doubt about it. And we're looking for, roughly, if you want to break it down, right this second, about 70% of our businesses are purchase transactions. We're going to be doing a real estate roundtable seminar talking about purchases. First-time home buyers are always welcome. Trade-up buyers are always welcome. And there's, I got a call the other day from a reporter doing a story on jumbo mortgages. Jumbo, anything over 417, which usually purchases are over 500, in the 500, 600, 700,000 range and up. Where's that market going to? So if you boil it down from the top end of the mortgage market to, the average end of the mortgage market, the entire mortgage market is on fire in terms of purchases. There are a lot of trade-up buyers going up higher. First-time home buyers, like we said, people that have sat on the sidelines that want to get in because they weren't feeling good about, the financial situation in the last 5 years. Consumer confidence is back very, very strong.
I think what's really cool with that is that, Stacy and I have some good friends Ashley and Brian, that they bought a house. I think maybe 9, 10 through there, like towards the downturn of the market.
And they're looking to step up, right?
Bro, they're in the towards like 15 and Crooks over that way, Birmingham, right through there, over by Somerset on the west side of Crooks. I'm sorry, is that Crooks or Coolidge? Crooks. I mean, and they, she's pregnant with their third kid now, and they're moving up into Bloomfield. But I mean, they're selling the house that they picked up for $190,000. They're going to list it at $270,000. It's a great house. It's absolutely awesome. I mean, and they're going to get 3,000 square feet up in Bloomfield. And I think when you talk about, I don't know if it's like a trade up if that's what I want to use, but it's like your family's growing, and it's time to get like the house. And listen, I love my house, but
that is a trade up because they're going to be living a different lifestyle.
Sure.
They need more room.
Absolutely,
they're feeling good about the situation, and they've had 9 or 10 years in a house where it was a tough, tumultuous market for them, but now they're reaping the benefit because they stayed there.
And that's where I was going. All these people, remember we used to take all those calls like, well, we got to walk away. Dude, if you walked 2 years ago, you're just renting right now, man. And values are going to keep going up and rates going to keep going up. That's what I said. I ground through it. Stacey and I ground through it. And we paid ours down and we adjusted when the market tanked, and it sucked. It is what it is. But dude, our values came back. I'm sure like Harvey and like you're saying, it came back. I mean, 30%.
You're going to be in good shape when you find that new house this spring.
We're in great shape.
You're right on the end there. Home ownership is still one of the best ways to build sustainable wealth. It always has been. Of course, there are ups and downs, and you don't buy a house because it's going to make you money. You buy a house because you're going to live in it.
That's it, Harvey. That is a great point. You don't buy a house because you think that you can sell it and make a ton of money. You buy a house, and I'm a conservative guy. I would tell you that you don't want to make the same mistakes that generations before you made in terms of overbuying, getting a McMansion. As a matter of fact, builders are building smaller houses now with more amenities instead of larger houses. Okay? So what happened was back in the day, people buy these houses and they say, well, you can grow into your mortgage payment. I don't know. What do you mean grow into a mortgage payment? You have to lie your head down on your pillow and feel good about your mortgage payment and know that you're not getting overextended.
Step-up buyers are definitely going to come out, and that's what we're really addressing this to again. May, June, July should be great.
I could never imagine that, like growing, like trying to go to sleep at night, like growing into your mortgage. Well, I can't really afford it, but I'm gonna grow into it.
I can't tell you how many times I heard mortgage guys back in the day say, "Oh yeah, you can grow into your mortgage payment."
That's not good at all.
That's not good.
You're going to grow into a $400 heating bill if you got one of those McMansions this month.
Your taxes, your utilities, everything that comes with home ownership, okay?
Mine are $400. My heating bills are heavy, man. But I keep it at 72, so.
That's pretty heavy, yeah. 67 or 68, I think, at our crib.
No way, man.
All right. Well, look, we urge you to get approval first. Take the proper steps. There's a lot to learn. Debt-to-income ratios, these are capped. You can't just, as we mentioned in the past, your neighbors are going to be making the same type of money you are. At least they can afford it. No one's going to be moving into a house nowadays, obtaining a mortgage, and then can't afford to buy a garbage can and throw the garbage in. So there's a lot of things you need to know. Again, find out how you can get ahead of this curve. Consolidating student loans. We see so many families now coming to us. Well, those student loans aren't deferred anymore. Also, deferments have to be for at least 12 months. So you got to get in touch with the student loan companies and find out what you can do to negotiate better terms, and also get your hands on the deferment letter. Proper deferment letters are needed. There's so many things you need to do to get just ahead of the curve. Again, a lot of times it's just fixing your credit and getting your funds together. 248-539-9797. We take all your calls here on the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We've got lots and lots to share with you.
I took an email this week from one of our listeners, and it kind of ties into the step-up buyers. And he utilized one of those companies that, will rent your home for your old house for you, and we'll put you into a new house, which, I mean, it's all well and good. And so I'm not taking a shot at them by any means. He did his rental, and he did a note modification on the rental, and he's at 2 5/8 on the rental. Okay. And then he's at 3 5/8 on the new purchase. And the guy's basically emails me, kind of being a little bit of a smart ass, like, please help, in all caps. And so I call him back, and I was nice. I'm a little calmer than you are sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on? How can I help you? And he's like, I got to start paying principal on my rental. It's interest only at 2 5/8. So make a bigger payment, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you don't have to make the minimum payment. And I guess, where I'm going with that, if you ask for to get your house rented, you get the note modified to 2 5/8. You get in the new house at 3 5/8. You got every single thing you wanted. You have the audacity to email me and kind of take a shot like the banks put me in this spot, dude. You asked for everything. And we didn't do his deal, but whomever gave you that mortgage and rented your house, every single thing you asked for, they did for you and put you in a good spot. How dare you call and complain like that?
But it's surprising that they did that. It's really surprising that they modified everything, got them that low of a rate, and put them in a situation. No, that's a surprising thing. That doesn't happen. That happens maybe 2 out of 20 times.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard of.
I mean, the unearned sense of self-worth some people have, like, please help in all caps. You got enough help, man.
Well, as we shared here on the show, of course, there's been some major changes in the mortgage industry over the last 3 years. More specifically, January 10, 2014, we've got a whole new program as the Dodd-Frank, we call it. Anyhow, back to the basics. What does that mean to you? It means sort of old school, making sure you qualify for the loan of going, we put you in a position to succeed. Be sure to call us if you're thinking about becoming a homeowner, if you're currently renting, if you're thinking about stepping up, definitely give us a phone call here in the studio, 248-539-9797. We're going to start off this morning with Devin out in St. Clair. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Devin.
So I got a question for you guys here. I got 2 rental properties that are paid for cash. I have my primary residence in St. Clair Shores, and I have a rental, or my cottage up north, Gladwin. Now, the cottage is a 7-year ARM that's getting ready to renegotiate in about 3 years. But it just seems like the payment keeps going up and up. Now, my question is, can I finance the 2 houses that are rental properties to do a loan, like a 30-year fix on the place up north?
Sure. You want to take cash out of the rental properties?
That's what I'm thinking,
yeah. Absolutely, man. How much the rental property is worth, if you had to guess?
Well, I paid like $20,000 for both houses.
Well, how much are they worth now?
It's hard to say. I don't know really what the market's at, but a couple years ago, the mortgages on them were around $50,000 and $70,000.
What's the balance on the cottage up north you're looking to pay off or pay down?
About $34,000.
Those amounts are so small, man. Anything you do is going to put you in a worse spot.
Yeah, because of all the costs you have to pay.
Because of the costs and the rate adjustments. There's really, I mean, you're talking, $30 or $40, swing every month.
Right.
I mean, your best bet is just stay put, man. Anything, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to do loans that small.
Okay.
So I would just hang tight, man.
You did good.
Right,
you bought them right.
Thanks,
good job. All right. Again, a lot of situations out there. And a lot of people might buy something for $20,000, $30,000 cash. What is it worth? Well, you can find out by simply calling some of the local real estate agents. It could be anywhere in the state, anywhere really in the country. Local realtors have great information. They can pull up all the most recent sales. Again, some of the sales are going to be hardship situations. Maybe the houses have been in horrible condition, distressed properties. But on the other hand, many of these homes are in great shape. And again, that really gives you the barometer. You can compare whatever it is, 1,000 square foot cabin, cottage, whatever this is. It's a framed house. It's somewhere up north. How many acres is it on? Compare that to what's going on. Again, not within a square mile up north. Stretch it out a little bit. See what's going on within 10, 20 miles away from you. That will give you a very good barometer of what's going on with your properties. And many people, many investors bought and improved homes, Alex, whether it was on your block or my block. And they really have helped the home, really the subdivisions and the quality of the homes all around our areas. Again, investors came out here, as you know, 2, 3, 4 years ago and started sweeping up all these homes. Well, they've put money into these homes, and now you've got some good renters in there. You've got some families that are considering buying these houses that they've been renting.
Yeah, they were able to withstand the market. When everything was down, investors came in, they bought up homes, they put money into homes, they've held on to them, and now they're selling them at market rates. So they made the spread between what they bought it at plus the improvements, now what they're selling it at. So, they did do that. And I live in a subdivision of 120 homes. And in our subdivision, all told, we probably had over the years, 5 or 6 go back to the bank. So on a percentage basis,
that's a pretty low percentage overall,
at the time, it was pretty low, and people came in, they bought those homes, and one of my neighbors, I've known the guy for a very long time. He bought one of the houses, and he bought it at the right price, but he put a lot of money into it because he plans on being there for a very, very long time. It was a quality of life situation for him.
I think what's nice too with the market coming back, and we touched on it last week about landscaping. Stuff that you don't always get a dollar for dollar return on your money, but you see people with values coming back doing more of that stuff around around the house. It does suck, man. Like you buy a house for $250, all of a sudden it's worth $180. You sit down with your wife and you're like, babe, I don't want to put, $3,000 in landscaping.
But that's really a pride of ownership thing, isn't it? Isn't that a pride of ownership?
But now that you see values coming back, you're seeing more and more people doing that stuff. They're doing the land, they're doing the things like you said, Harry, the pride of ownership and the quality of life. And I think it's just. I mean, honestly, I'm a local guy. I'm always in Royal Oak. I'm in Berkeley, whatever. It just seem happier. I mean, the weather is awful right now, but I mean, even with the cold and the snow and everything, I just feel like people are overall happier than they were, in 2008, 9, 10.
Alex, I got more great news for you. Your city, your wonderful city of Berkeley, made the top 10 Michigan safest cities. It's because you're out there patrolling the streets every night with that.
I promise I'm not patrolling.
The white beater on you, guy. You're out there walking down the street with a white beater.
Scott Champine's patrolling, though. We know some police officers.
Oh, yeah.
Officer Papke, my buddy.
There you go.
And I met him the first time I bought my house on the street. I was playing basketball with my buddies at midnight. He was like, "Oh, yeah, how you doing? Welcome to the neighborhood."
Yeah, exactly.
Get in the house,
Got a chance to meet him.
kid.
Thanks for bringing up a couple good points, guys. Yeah, there are some families that are underwater, and they've been a little hesitant about doing the right thing on their mortgage. HARP loans gave you lots of opportunities. This is the Homes Affordable Refinance Program. Came out really back in 2007, and it's kept changing and it's progressed. And there's some great opportunities now in many families, and we're still finding many families out there that haven't taken advantage of refinancing their house. You could be way underwater on it. House is worth $200, you owe $250. Call Capital Mortgage and get that house refinanced. We'll show you how to save tons of money. When we come back, all your calls, 248-539-9797.
On the Dunes in Commerce Township is Michigan's largest virtual golf facility. All 8 state-of-the-art golf simulators come with your very own server, so you and your friends can eat and drink while you play. Sign up now for their virtual Pro-Am taking place January 25th and 26th. Put together your team and compete for prizes as you play Torrey Pines South Course. Tickets are only $50 and snacks are included. Also, the time to join a league is almost over, so sign up today. Go to IndoorTeaTime.com to schedule your round at On the Dunes in Commerce. IndoorTeaTime.com.
Do you have a used musical instrument at home gathering dust? Guitar Center's experts are interested in buying it from you for cash. You don't even need to be a musician. Look at attics and basements because we're buying qualified guitars, amps, pedals, keyboards, drums, and more. It's the Trade-In Expo at your local Guitar Center now through Sunday. Looking to upgrade? We'll pay cash for qualified used gear and give you a 15% discount on new gear. You can even trade gear. Find details in your local store at guitarcenter.com.
Get in the zone. When it comes to taking care of cars, I do it myself with the right parts and advice from the pros at AutoZone. I don't need a right-hand man, though I could use a pool boy. Yeah, a pool boy would be nice. And a pool.
Save $2 each on Autolite XP Iridium and $1.50 each on Autolite Double Platinum Spark Plugs after mail-in rebate. Minimum purchase 4.
Get in the zone.
See store for restrictions and details.
Do you ever sit in class and feel lost? Do you want to learn, but for some reason you can't? Then Eaton Academy could be what you're looking for. Because at Eaton, they know that not all kids are the same. And not all kids learn the same either. Some do better with lessons on the internet-connected smart boards, and others with hands-on group projects. Either way, Eaton understands how to reach every child and work with them to find success. In the classroom and out. How do I know? I'm a student at Eaton. And Eaton not only changed the way I learn, it changed my life.
Come see how the Eaton approach can change your child's life during the admissions open house at the Birmingham campus from 9 to 11 a.m. the first 3 Tuesdays in February. Hear from teachers, students, and parents. Visit Eaton's small classes and get a first-hand look at their unique learning methods. For 28 years, Eaton Academy has helped all kinds of students with all kinds of challenges find success. Check them out today at EatonAcademy.org. That's ETON Academy.org.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Red Wings winners at home over the Canadiens 4-1. They've now won 2 straight at home for the first time since October. Meanwhile, Michigan over Michigan State in college hockey 5-2. Pistons blow a 16-point third quarter lead at home against New Orleans and fall to the Pelicans 103-101 with 1.9 seconds left. Pistons did not call timeout where they would have gotten the ball at midcourt. Pistons led by Andre Drummond, 21 points, 20 boards. Brandon Jennings with 28. College basketball today in East Lansing. Number 3, Michigan State hosting number 21, Michigan. 7 p.m. Hear that one at AM 950. And Buffalo reaches a deal with recently fired Detroit Lions head coach Jim Schwartz. He'll be the Bills' new defensive coordinator. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
On your radio and streaming worldwide, we show the world what Detroiters are made of. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast again until 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Yeah, we like to sneak some sports in here every now and then. 248-539-9797. That's because we can catch the ball. And we know when to call timeouts and when to throw that red flag you have in football, like on that Thanksgiving game when that flag came. And I'm still shocked that he didn't have someone up in the press box that said, wait a minute, you don't need to throw the flag. All these plays are reviewed. But I don't remember anything.
Hey, he's now the DC. He's the DC in Buffalo now.
Sports are so much fun, and I want to thank...
I pulled a hammy at dodgeball on Tuesday, I can tell you that.
I'm going to thank myself for turning the wing season around last Saturday. The wings are rolling now.
My boy over here is in a dodgeball league.
That is Can I hook up with that? Wait a minute.
Are you global, Jim? I mean, who are you?
No, I play with the guys from Scarred Real Estate. Come on. I saw Josh the next day. I went in the office. Right. He got up to say what's up. He got hit by a truck.
Come on, get in on that.
I'm telling you,
like an old guy, 47.
We're like laughing. No, Josh is my age. I mean, we're laughing and everything. I'm telling you, these dudes some of these guys are intense, man. Like sleeveless shirts. I'm like, all right, bro, easy. It's dodgeball. It's
Jim.
I dropped, we take all your phone calls here first, 248-539-9797. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We've got some great people in the office, as always. Definitely give a call over there. Find out what you can do to save a lot of money. Again, HARP loans, I just touched on them before the break, but, your family's out there. You might have an adjustable rate mortgage. One day that's going to sneak up on you. You might want to consider locking in and taking a fixed rate. But the greatest thing about the HARP loan is that you can go from maybe 26 or 28 years on your loan. You can bring that down to a 15-year fixed and truly build a ton of equity. Again, even if you have a second mortgage, I talked to someone yesterday, completely upside down, there's no LTV limit. So again, you might owe $400 combined with your first and second mortgage. We can still get that first mortgage done for you. And that 15-year mortgage, Alex, come on, we talked about this forever on this show. It's unbelievable. If you can afford that payment 5-7 years from now, half the mortgage is gone. It's just a great way to build equity. Call Capital 1-800-LOW-RATE. Become a successful homeowner. Adam, you're giving us a call. You're also from St. Clair. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
Good morning, Adam.
Good. Hey, I have all right, my house is, I owe $150,000 on my house. I got an appraiser friend of mine who appraised about 3 years ago. He told me, I asked him again recently what he thought my house would be worth. Said about $120. I have a home equity loan of about $100.
Oh, so you got $150. Wait, Adam, time out.
It's $250.
So you got $150 and then a second for $100?
No. I'm sorry. My mortgage is $100 and my home equity is about $50.
Okay, cool.
So $200. Okay.
Yeah, no. So I owe a total of about $150.
All right,
and it's worth about $120.
All right, that was easy to understand.
My home equity loan is going to mature on December 1st, and I have both my home equity and my mortgage with the same company, and they're calling me wanting to reset up that the home equity loan now before it matures.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's real good.
Okay.
What kind of rate
they want to do it at 7%.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What kind of rate and term are they going to give you? They're going to give you a 7% fixed rate on that second?
Actually, it's interest only.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Is it a fixed rate, though?
Yeah, it's 7% interest only?
It goes up and down with the...
it's based on prime. There's nothing they're not doing. So it's a balloon that's coming due December 1st of 2014, right?
Right.
Okay, so you can't refinance the first because there's less than a year left on your second before the balloon comes due. So you have to take whatever they're going to give you. You don't have any options. You borrowed the money. Okay. You have to deal with their terms now.
Okay. Well, the other thing, too, is my original home equity my original home mortgage was an ARM also, and that's fluctuating with the market, but right now it's like 3.875.
Yeah, you're okay on that for right this second. So it's the second that you've got to kind of get in check. I'm just wondering, Alex, is there any way, Alex, that he can go to another bank and refinance an equity loan and get an equity line of credit at some kind of LIBOR rate right now?
Adam, the issue is you're basically getting an unsecured loan on that second because you're underwater on the property. So,
right.
I mean, it's 7%. For me, I mean, 7%, and I'm assuming it's based on prime, so it's with prime plus 3 or 3.5. I mean, that's not a bad deal, man. I mean, it's a pretty competitive quote they're giving you.
Is there a prepayment penalty on that second? Did they give you those terms?
No, there's not.
Okay, that's a good move. That's good.
Let me call after the show. We can explore a little bit more. But I mean,
okay.
I think you're in decent shape, man.
Yeah. The other thing I want to talk to you about is I want to get out of that house, and I got pre-approved for about $350. That would include then I would have to rent my current house out.
Right.
I don't want to be anywhere near $350, but I'd probably around $250 maybe.
Okay.
And I want to know where I need to be able to, move out of that house and get something new.
What do you mean where you need to be? You can buy a new house whenever you want. If you qualify with both payments, there's nothing funky about that. That's a regular old deal.
With that kind of, I'm just curious. I'm just going to throw it out there. I wasn't going to say a word, but with that kind of income, in order for you to qualify, if some professional told you qualify for $350 and you're juggling this $100,000 and $150,000 total mortgage, something's funky here. You make enough money where you could buy that rate down. I'm surprised. I don't want to ask you your income over the air. I wouldn't have. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have the.
I don't have the money saved up to buy that down and also put a down payment on a new house. That's the thing.
Yeah, but someone said you qualified. I'm going to ask Adam. You're calling into our show. I'm going to ask you allow us to get in touch with you after the show, and we'll definitely want to qualify and give you some great information. Again, many families. Thanks for the call, Adam. It's a good call. Too many people, Alex, and these calls come in all the time, and we hear them at the office, and then they don't jive. You're like, well, wait a minute here. Who told you that you make this? It's pretty easy to figure out debt-to-income ratios, but you have to have professional people. Again, you need to qualify. If you go ahead and want to rent out your existing house, you qualify with all those payments, plus sometimes you need some reserve money.
Not sometimes, all the time you need reserve.
Okay, so if he's looking at a $350 house, he needs some reserve.
Well, I mean, I think if he's looking at $350 and he's got, let's just say, call it $150, so you're looking to borrow $500,000.
Yeah, it makes over $200,000 a year.
You better
for
make
sure.
$120, $150 a year, man.
More
because if you have no other debt, you can make it work at that. But I mean,
but also it's not his fault. I mean, he did like a lot of other people did. He bought a house, he took out a first, he took out a second, and then the market tanked a little bit on him. But see, an adjustable rate mortgage is not for everybody. It's not. Right this second, because of where rates are, adjustable rates seem okay. But adjustable rate mortgages are not a long-term play. I have to repeat that. ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, are not a long-term play. It depends on absolutely how long you're going to stay in your house. Because the money that you might pick up on the front end, you're going to give back sooner or later on the back end. So you have to really understand what you're getting yourself into on an adjustable rate mortgage.
We have preached these fixed rates here forever on the show. And by the way, we're in our 14th year annicversary. And thanks to all the listeners out there. Be sure to call in 248-539-9797.
I think when you utilize an ARM, to keep your payment down, I think it's a great idea. I really do. I mean, I think they're great products. But like you said, they're not for everybody. If you're taking an ARM so you can get the nicer car, you're doing it for the wrong reason. If you're saving $100 a month by taking an adjustable rate versus a fixed product, so you can spend the money someplace else, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I don't want to talk anybody out of doing an ARM, but you have to know the pros and cons of doing them. So I mean, like I tell people all the time, if you take this 7-year ARM, the worst case scenario in 7 years, your payment's going to go from $900 to $1,350.
And 7 years, and 7 years is a long time,
right?
But you have to understand that when that 7-year mark hits, if you're still in that house, your rate is going to change.
You don't know what it's going to be.
So if you're going to be in a house, then less than 5 or 7 years, then you might want to investigate it. If you can absolutely say for sure, but then you do the math. You say, okay, maybe I'll be there for 9 years. So then you kind of plan out what the first 7 years are going to be, and then go the worst case on the adjustments for the following 2 years, and see if that math works out for you.
Well, just know, are you cool? Your payment goes from $900 to $1,350.
But there's numbers. There's, here's the cool word of the day. There are metrics involved.
Yes.
Okay. There are metrics involved.
Gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about something that pops up every now and then. Self-employed borrowers. Look, if you're self-employed W-2, you can get a mortgage, no problem. It's your income after deductions and all your write-offs. You need a 2-year average. So if you were getting W-2'd and then you switch over and you now all of a sudden at a new employer or something different, you're self-employed, it's 1099 income, you don't qualify all of a sudden. So, again, you got to be very careful. Of course, the Dodd-Frank and the CFPB have put a kibosh on stated income loans, that's for sure. Those didn't work out for many. Anything funky...
I bet you $1 we'll see him this year.
I
bet
you
might.
might.
I don't call me and tell me, hey...
Okay, I'm on that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'm telling you, man, I just see where the market's going, that
Not
it's coming
happening.
back, and I know there's going to be some funky bank that comes out.
I'm glad I wrote funky loan out here, too. Look, maybe someone will. Maybe to require 30% down.
People just don't learn.
248-539-9797. I got Chuck calling in from Ortonville. Good morning, Chuck. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, guys?
Good. What's
morning,
up, man?
Charles.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to get pre-approved for a loan for another house. I'm going through one of the other companies right now.
You'll come to us.
To check around.
You're coming to us, Chuck.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm not
Don't
doing
worry
this
about it.
anymore, Chuck. You're coming to me.
It's
I'm
a free
calling.
country, Chuck.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Anyway, my question is, I'm on workman's comp right now, but my wife and I own a company, and then she also works. Does that hurt my chances of getting pre-qualified?
Yes, it does.
Maybe.
No, that maybe, yes, it does. How much you trying to buy? What's the purchase price you're looking to get approved for?
$100,000.
And what's the house you own right now? How much do you owe on that one?
About 40.
I mean, you really don't have to show. I mean, to carry $140,000 in loans, do you have any other debt, car payments, credit cards, student loans?
I got one car payment and just a couple credit cards.
I mean, are you showing like 60, 70 grand in income every year?
Oh, yeah, more than that.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty straight-up deal, man. Let me do this, Chuck. Let me call after the show. Let me take a look at everything. I think you mentioned your wife. Is she self-employed?
No, she works for a company, but then we also own a separate company.
Okay, cool. Let me take a look at the tax returns. I think it might be a little more complex. It's one of the situations where you want to make sure you're going to someone, that knows what they're doing. Not just
right.
Any random, kid just out of college. He'll tell you, yeah, come on in, here's your approval, and then it'll blow up, in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
But,
that's what someone else told me to check. So
yeah,
I listen to you guys every weekend, so...
Well,
thank
cool. I
you.
appreciate that, man. Let me call after the show. I mean, you got a lot of action going on that deal, but we'll take care of it for you.
Great call, Chuck. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
all
man.
right, 248-539-9797. We're going to take all your calls. We'll be right back.
Start living the M Life with up to $25 in free play when you sign up, spin, win. Exclusively at MGM Grand Detroit. From January 6th through February 28th, simply visit the M Life desk at MGM Grand Detroit to sign up for the M Life Rewards program, and you'll receive one free spin for $5, $10, or $25 in free play. It's sign up, spin, win at MGM Grand Detroit. Promotion open to new M Life signups only. Must be 21 or older to play. Grand times ahead.
Jake, you won't believe the deal I just got at AT&T. Right now, get a data plan and unlimited talk and text for as low as $45 a month.
Get out of town.
I'm staying. $45 a month. No annual contract, no long-term agreement.
Come on. So at AT&T, I could get a data plan and unlimited talk and text for as low as $45 a month, no annual contract, no long-term agreement.
Are you kidding?
You just told me that.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that is a great deal, huh?
It's not complicated. Get a data plan and unlimited talk and text for as low as $45 a month with no annual contract and no long-term agreement at AT&T. Rethink possible. AT&T reminds you to never text and drive. It can wait.
Get the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 with 5.7-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display. Visit store or att.com for details.
$45 per month for plan with 300 megabytes data and unlimited talk and text with one smartphone with no annual contract. Additional monthly charge per device, and for additional data, other fees and restrictions apply. Subject to change. Visit a store for offer requirements.
I had crunchy Belvita breakfast biscuits this morning. Then what did I do? Did a sit-up, did my makeup, late to train, so I stood up, made a guy think I was into sports. Had a meeting where we met, then a meeting after that, took a break, and then we had another meeting.
That didn't rhyme.
Yeah, sorry. Those meetings left my brain a bit blurg.
Crunchy Belvita breakfast biscuits are made with delicious ingredients and carefully baked to release steady energy all morning long. Belvita.
Morning win.
Sports you can believe in.
97.1 The Ticket.
You know what? The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day here in Southeast Michigan.
Hey, pitchers and catchers report in a few weeks, guys.
Well, that's right. We got Tiger Fest happening, so a little
Yep.
buzz about the Tigers, and we're looking forward to that season, of course. A lot of new faces there. 248-539-9797. If you'd like to join our mortgage real estate show, be sure to call in. Any of you real estate agents out there that haven't called me and said you want to get on the show, this is going to be your week. Give me a call at the office, 1-800-LOW-RATE. Tell us what you want to come on the show. Tell us what you'd like to share with the audience out there and what's going on in your world of real estate. We'd love to hear from you. Again, 248-539-9797.
There will be a vetting process.
Sure. I had a closing. Speaking of realtors, I had a closing at Skyward the other day, and I went to Little Chief for some sushi with Josh Taylor, the broker at Skyward Real Estate. And he's smiling at the bartender. We sit at the bar. He's going to a couple pieces of sushi, whatever, and he's got her laughing and all that. And she goes, you know who you look? And Josh is like a stocky guy, shaved head with a beard. She goes, you know who you look like? And he goes, watch this, Bruce Willis. She's going to say Bruce Willis. She's going to say Bruce Willis. She goes, Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, boy.
He flattened him, ruined his whole day.
That could ruin anyone's day. Hey, let's try Dave out there in Lansing. Hey, Dave, welcome to the show. You want to refinance?
Morning.
Good morning,
Yeah,
David.
morning, guys. We've got a 30-year fix that we refinanced about 3 years ago, and we're a 4.75%. And we put an addition on the back of our house 2 years ago, and we paid for most of it with cash, but we had to take out an unsecured loan for $10,000. And I'm wondering, I'd like to combine those two in some way, and I didn't know if that's possible. The other kicker is I just changed jobs here recently, and I don't know if that has an effect on anything. I mean, I've been gainfully employed for the last 20 years, but I just recently switched jobs. I don't know if there's a waiting period they're going to want to see.
David, are you salaried, sir? Is it
Oh, yeah, I am salaried plus commission. Yep.
Okay, so as long as the commission, have you been commissioned forever?
I'm sorry?
Have you been commissioned forever, over 2 years, or no? Is it a new job with commission?
This is a brand new. No, I've always been salary plus commission.
Okay, cool. So we can take a 2 year average of that. So the income's probably fine. As long as you've got some equity in that property, yeah, we can wrap them together. Rates did dip a little bit over the last few weeks. Not a ton, but I mean, you're certainly right in that wheelhouse. We're able to wrap those two together.
Okay.
I mean,
that was my question mainly. I'd like to save a little bit of money.
Sure.
I know the interest rate on the unsecured is a little bit higher. I'm not quite sure what it is off the top of my head, but I know it's obviously going to be higher than what we're paying for our mortgage.
Dave,
so.
we can go to 80% of the appraised value in a cash out transaction.
Okay.
So if the equity's there, yeah, we should definitely do something, man. What I can do is I'll call you after the show, run some numbers for you, see what the house is worth, just do some research, and see what we can take care of for you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Good deal. Thank you, sir.
Great call. We got some open lines, 248-539-9797. Just go back real quickly, and we'll go back to our calls. The 10 safest Michigan cities. I got the list right here. Grosse-Ile, the number one safest Michigan city. Won't give you the stats.
Really?
Like no bad things are happening there.
It's
Just
an
a
island.
B&E.
It's an island.
There's 8 people on the whole place.
It's not 8.
Easy
It's
to
an
get
island.
away from
it's
there.
nice. It's very nice.
How about the other cities, respectively? We got Hamburg Township, South Lyon, Village of Milford, Berkeley. Alex, your own city, Berkeley. New Baltimore, Bloomfield Township, Riverview. How about that? Riverview made it. West Bloomfield Township, Rochester. And that basically sums it all up. I won't even discuss some of the cities that aren't safe. If you're over there causing trouble, stop your nonsense.
Yeah, Harvey.
It's the usual suspects, by the way. Here, I'll show you at the break.
That's okay.
Anyways, let's go out to Brett there in Royal Oak. Good morning, Brett. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. What's
Brett,
up, man?
Good morning.
Me and my wife, we bought a house back in 2010 in Royal Oak, got a really good deal on it. It was, and now we're probably got about $70,000 or $80,000 in equity in the house.
Nice.
Unfortunately, we're getting a divorce.
Not nice.
And not nice is right.
Can you say half?
Well, when we bought, pardon?
Can you say half?
Yeah, I'll get half of the house, definitely. But I'm going to keep the house. My wife can't afford it on her own. But I guess when we mortgaged the house, my wife's credit was way better than mine. We weren't married at the time anyway, so it didn't really matter. So the house is completely in her name.
Oof.
I guess.
Wait.
Yeah.
How about the title? How about the title to the house? How about the title to the house?
Yeah, it's in her name, 100%.
You're not on title at all,
You're
Brett?
not on title?
Nope, not on the title
Okay.
at all.
Did any of your funds go into the transaction when you bought the house?
Yeah, definitely. I've got copies of canceled checks, everything. I paid the down payment, the whole bit.
And
So,
I'm assuming your attorney asked you for all that so you can document it.
yeah, it's all documented. It's all taken care of. I mean, as far as the courts go, the courts recognize that, the house is half mine, so it's not like I'm going to be completely out of the house.
Okay, good.
So I guess my main thing is I basically just have to remortgage it in my name, pretty much, right?
You're not on title though,
You're not
man.
on
So
title
like,
for the house.
she's going to have to sell you the house.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Much.
I mean, we can do it that way. I mean, we can treat it as a purchase.
And there's
but
a ton
if you're
of
not-
equity, yeah.
If you're not on title or the mortgage, I mean, that's really. I mean, unfortunately, dude, it's like you're a stranger. We can still structure it.
Well, there's one thing I want to check into for him when he calls, but I'll check into it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a situation like this a lot, and we have in-house counsel that can shed some light on it because there's definitely some options for you to keep you in the house, and we'll work through it with you. I just want to be able to do it, for the least expensive way for you.
But it can be done, and that's the great thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know I understand that, with the equity that we do have in the house, I'm going to have to buy out her equity, obviously. So,
Right. That's correct.
I mean, even with buying out her equity, I'm still $40,000 above water in the house.
Totally
So,
cool.
I mean, it's worth it for me to buy the house, and I put about $30,000 cash into it, remodeling the whole entire house. So, I mean, it's well worth.
What street are you on, Brett?
Pardon?
What street in Royal Oak are you on?
Hudson.
Oh, cool. Great street, dude. Yeah, great street.
That's why
man.
he wants to stay.
Yeah, no, you're in a good spot. Let me do this,
No,
man.
I love it.
Yeah, no, you're in a really good area. It's a half an hour conversation. We got about 5 minutes of the show left. Let me call you afterwards, and we'll get you squared away.
All right, awesome.
Cool. Thanks,
you very
Brett.
much.
See you, man. You got it. Bye-bye.
Why would you want to leave when you can walk your new girlfriends right back to your old house? I had to say it here.
You gotta love where Harvey's head goes. It always goes right there. I mean,
Oh no, Harvey's our own Richard Sherman.
I love you so much, babe. We do the show forever together. Your head just goes the same spot.
Harry,
every single time.
I have my paragraph on Richard
I know
Sherman.
you do.
I love him.
Between you
I
and
love that
Stoney, you just say things on the radio that shouldn't be said.
You know what? Next time I see Michael, I am going to tell him that. Yes,
He knows this.
Good.
Believe me, he knows.
I appreciate him, and he's great on the radio. Jeremy
yes,
calling
he
in
is.
from Detroit. Good morning, Jeremy. You're live on the ticket. Go ahead.
How you doing, gentlemen?
Morning,
Good, what's
Jeremy.
So I'm calling in about a house I purchased or tried to purchase earlier in the year. I was pre-approved for $60,000 or $100,000. My apologies, and attempted to buy a house for $60,000. And my wife's understanding was that that would look pretty good. I had recently exited the Army last August and transitioned into a new job immediately, paying just under what I was making in the Army, and still got denied. And I was just wondering, why might that have happened?
Well, you were pre-approved and then you were denied?
That's correct, sir.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, and I hate, and I'm a pretty blunt guy, pre-approvals aren't worth the paper they're printed on, man. And it's unfortunate that people hand those out.
No, pre-qualifications aren't.
I don't, either one of them. There's,
Yeah.
if
If he has an approval, I'd like to take a look at that.
Approval's a good word.
I'd like to take a look at the document, but the bottom line is you're a veteran, and there's veteran, VA loans for you to qualify on. That's a situation
That was what I was trying to do. It was a VA loan through a specific lender.
Yeah, we'd have to take a look at it before we could comment on it, see what the situation is. I don't know how your credit was, certain other aspects of the
It was like
transaction.
about 720.
Yeah,
Why did they
doesn't
deny
make
you?
sense.
Why did they tell you,
I
sir?
have no. They gave no explanation as to why they denied us.
Well, legally they have to.
They did give us our money back. We didn't get a clear explanation as to why they denied us.
Jeremy, I'll call you after the show.
We're going to hook you up.
We'll
Great.
take care of you, man. I mean, VA loans are great. I mean, you've got your DD-214, right?
Correct.
Yes, I mean, we can do it 0 down, no PMI. Well, I'll take care of you, man. Give me like 20 minutes, and I'll call you on the way home.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Right place. Thanks for serving the country. That's a little salute to you and all the veterans out there. Definitely call Capital Mortgage.
Well,
we get them done like in 30 days or less.
When you get denied a loan, it's an obligation. It's a legal obligation in the lending community. It's a rule, a law, a regulation that you have to let people know why they're denied. All right, that's black and white.
Yeah, that upsets me. Somebody approved a veteran and then denied the loan. Those are dudes out there like taking bullets so we can hang out and play dodgeball and take your daughter roller skating.
Yeah, exactly.
And go watch your kids play hockey, Harry. That upsets if somebody was that careless. Like,
hey, listen, we're on the way out. I just want to let you know. Usually, I text Mike Stone when he's on the air.
Yeah,
he's texting me when we're on the air. Okay, but he's the best guy on the radio. We love him.
We got a million shout outs, and thanks to the people at Roladium out on M59. Had a great time last night. Old school roller skating. Lots of fun things to do here in Michigan. We've got Michigan State basketball tonight.
Go Green.
Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. Sports all day long. For Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi, I'm Harvey Freed. See you next Saturday.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services, NMLS number 3038, equal housing lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
No one markets your home more aggressively than me and my team. We spend more money on marketing your home in a single month than most agents spend all year, and that gets results. This is Realtor Jeff Glover. Want to see your home listed on the first page of Google, Zillow, Yahoo, or see your home for sale on a billboard? Those are just a few of the things we can do for you. But don't just take it from me.
I'm Chuck Howard, and my wife and I use Jeff to sell a home in Royal Oak and buy one in Rochester Hills. Jeff takes the home selling and buying process to the next level. He's methodical, organized, and strategic. He knows how to get it done.
Homeowners who sell their homes with Jeff get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their homes in an average of 23 days. Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi, Shelby Township, Brighton, Birmingham, Clarkston, or Ann Arbor, Jeff Glover will get it sold. Call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A household name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
Mike Prepara here from National Benefit Plans to talk about what you don't want to talk about, health insurance. Paying for your own health insurance isn't fun, but having coverage is absolutely a must, especially when a simple surgery can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Call 877-734-2200. National Benefit Plan shops from every health insurance carrier in Michigan. That's right, every health insurance carrier in Michigan, making sure you get the best possible rate. Call 877-734-2200 or on the web at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Benefit Plans would like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime.
What's the best way to bring people together?
T-shirts!
T-shirts. Custom T-shirts that you design online with Custom Ink. Custom Ink has created over 30 million shirts for families, teams, reunions.